I will be reviewing the season premiere of Empire Season 3, Episode 10. Still loving this show. So let's talk very hard to become one of my favorite scripted shows because I'm demanding. I demand that you entertain me without putting my ass to sleep. So I want you to be real enough where I believe the stories and ridiculous enough so I don't turn the channel. Start with the entertainment. Opening scene. Lucious glides his ass onto the screen. He's walking in the middle of an inferno fire, like a fake fire shooting up all the place. He mildly informs us, yeah, you heard it, Dre and the Chronic and Molly Mall and whatever. That was nothing. I'm about to lay down my new album called Inferno. And while he's saying this, he's holding a cane. There's fire all around it. It was so ridiculous and over the top that I couldn't forget it. That's the entertainment. Like, it's a fine line between entertain me and make me believe this is real. It was so ridiculous. Why he just couldn't pick up the microphone and say, I'll be having a new album coming out? No, because Empire needs to entertain me. So those writers knew I wanted something so ridiculous to start the scene out with that I would be mad and over the top about it, but still talk about it. And that's what happened. So Lucious came in a blaze of glory to inform us that he has a new album coming out. It was the guest appearance in the opening segment was Remy Ma. Now, Remy Ma is what I like about Empire's guest appearances is I'm like a kid in a candy store. Every time I recognize a guest appearance, I get all excited. Oh my God, that's Remy Ma. Remy Ma is really upping her game since she got out of jail. It's not like she's a new artist. She was well established before her prison sentence. But when she got out, she is not playing games. Like, she was already a star, a superstar at the top of her game. So I don't know what to call her because usually women her age start to fall off. But Remy Ma is doing just like her song. She's all the way up. She is rising. So it was good to see Remy Ma still holding her own on the hit show Empire. Next we have Jamal. Jamal is still in rehab battling his drug addiction and from last season, but he had some great special appearances. And one of them was Rumer Willis. Rumer Willis is the daughter of Demi Moore and Bruce Willis. So she's almost like she's Hollywood royalty. But Rumer Willis is a very interesting person. One, she doesn't look like her parents. You know how like if you have a celebrity offspring, they always do something, smile to remind you of their parents. Like every time Kate Hudson smiles, I see Goldie Hawn. I can't help it. She doesn't look like any one of her parents to me, which automatically makes me forget that she had a foot in the door. And it also makes me concentrate on her performance. She's a different looking person. I'm not sure if she's beautiful or not beautiful. But when she acts, I zero in on her acting. And she's very, very good. I feel like Rumer was born to be a star. Everything about her is unique. From that name, that poor little silly name, Rumer, but you'll never forget it, to her looks. I don't think I know anybody who kind of looked like her. And to her acting skills. I think Rumer Willis is a future superstar in the making here. We better keep our eye on her. Born to be herself. I don't look at her and say, look at little Debbie. I don't look at her and say, look at little Bruce. No, this girl is a unique talent. Anyhow, so she came on to Jamal's storyline. Jamal's in rehab. She's she's a celebrity in rehab trying to get herself clean. And may I add, she did a fine, good job. Now, I don't know if they use voice tracks for the music part because she ended up singing songs with Jamal, but it sounded really, really good. If she can't sing, that's another talent to add to her growing list. I'm really liking Rumer. Anyway, she snuck out of rehab with Jamal, and they just laid down tracks. Of course, Lucious and Cookie busted to make sure that Jamal wasn't high. because all season long he was getting hot, but he wasn't hot. He was really working on music with the new talented, and what is her name in the movie? Tori. That's Rumer Willis's name, a character in the story, Taurus. So she is a fellow drug rehab person, and we don't know where they're going to go with this character, but they could take this any way they want, because Rumer Willis is a star in her own right. Moving on, the two boys, Hakeem and Andre. Now, Andre is still loonier than a fruitcake. He is still planning this master plan to kill his father, and the boy's getting good at it. Like, I'm starting to really look at it. I'm forgetting he's an actor. I'm starting to really look at him like something's wrong with him. This is how good this boy is acting in this. His performance is very, very powerful. I don't know how I would feel about playing the crazy one when you have excellent roles like Lucious and Cookie's character, but he's doing a good job at what he has. His character interacts a lot with Exhibit's character, who goes by the name of Shine. So Shine, he's supposed to be, Andre's supposed to be teaming up with Shine to devise a plan to kill Lucious. But I don't think Shine is with the plan. Shine is like kind of, okay, yeah. But Shine's only goal is his sister, Anissa. And so that's all he's worried about. I don't know how this murder for hire plot's gonna go, but it's a good storyline, but it also contributes to Not So Real, one of the entertaining storylines, because you need balance. You need to entertain me and then give me enough to make it real. So his is a bit on over the top, but so far he hasn't crossed, his storyline has Andre's storyline has not crossed over yet for me to unbelievable, this is ridiculous, and I got to turn the channel. But it's very, very interesting when he comes on. Next we have Hakeem. He's still going back and forth with the ladies. Now, cute. Always needs a reason to take his shirt off. Loving his character. Basically, those two are going to go through the whole season bucking for power like they've done the previous seasons, which makes a great storyline, which is a storyline I can believe. I could see that happening in real life. Totally happening. Because when you have a record company like that and siblings, that's what they do. So that's the down-to-earth storyline about the two children. Sometimes they push the envelope a little too much, like getting the father's wife pregnant. That was a bit much for me. But this time it's starting out very believable. The over-the-top entertaining part to me is just everything about Andre's character. Like, the boy is cold nuts out of his mind, but that gives the writers an excuse to write outrageously over-the-top things, because they'll give you the excuse that he's out of his mind. So we'll see how that goes. So the last final scene is nothing but pure entertainment, over-the-top ridiculousness. So Cookie is mad because Lucious intentionally brought his wife in to be over A&R. And we all know Cookie hates his wife's character. This is the entertainment part that was a bit over the top for me. So she came in, she's upset, she walked in, she has a bat in her hands, and she goes to destroying the office. She's hitting pictures off the wall, she's swinging bats, some of the glass attacked Lucious, he's got blood bouncing, and this was a long scene. I mean, they fought for like a good, now I don't know the exact time, but it felt like 5 minutes. It just went on and on and on. She's breaking this, breaking that, throwing this, cussing him out, which was a bit too much for me. Not enough to turn the channel, but I just thought too soon for the first episode. And then to make it worse, at the end of the scene, when she's done displaying how angry she is because he brought in his wife to be over A&R, with blood all over his face, glass all over the floor, she's looking a hot-ass mess. He tries to kiss her passionately. This is over the top for me. I ain't kissing nobody that got blood running all down their damn face looking like Dracula. I don't know where the writers were going with this. This was a bit much for me. I get it. You have to have balance. You have to have realness with entertainment. But I ain't like this so much. Now, I remembered it because it was ridiculous over the top, but I didn't turn the channel because the rest of the storyline kept me in place. Now, that's my personal opinion. Too far, I would have liked a little more realness. But it's not going to stop me from watching next week again. I'm just being a critic, going over the minor details. Overall, I'm loving this show. It's my favorite, I keep saying it because I ain't lying, my favorite scripted television show. So I'll be back next week. Ooh, I'm sure there's going to be much more drama, much more great guest appearances. I'm loving their guest appearances, and I'm also liking their entertainment, over the topness. So be there next week. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time. Bye.